Every problem you face, no matter how large or small, can be traced back to one simple cause: the way you perceive and believe about your world. If you examine your life, you will see a pattern. Your reality is a reflection of the beliefs you hold, and these beliefs are constantly shaping your experiences. Every problem you experience in life is not simply a random occurrence or an external force beyond your control. It originates from something much deeper, something within you. The root of every problem lies in your beliefs, assumptions, and perceptions. These internal elements are the foundation upon which your experiences are built, even if you're not fully aware of it. You see, the world you experience is merely a mirror, reflecting back the thoughts and beliefs you hold about yourself and the circumstances of your life. When we encounter a problem, our first instinct is often to point to something outside of ourselves: bad luck, other people, or external circumstances. But if you step back for a moment and examine your life closely, you will see a recurring pattern. Certain situations keep repeating, or specific types of problems seem to follow you. Why is that? It's because these problems are not happening to you randomly. They are expressions of the beliefs you carry within, beliefs that continue to manifest in your external world. The world is a reflection of what you assume to be true about it. And when you shift your perception of a situation, the situation itself begins to change. Let's take a simple example. Consider someone who constantly experiences financial difficulty. They may believe that they are always unlucky with money, or that money is hard to come by. This belief shapes the way they interact with the world. They might shy away from opportunities, fear taking risks, or expect negative outcomes in financial situations. As a result, their world mirrors this belief. Opportunities slip away, and struggles continue. But here's the key: the problem isn't the lack of money or bad luck. The root issue is the belief that money is scarce or difficult to obtain. This belief creates a barrier, and until it is addressed, the external problem will persist. The same principle applies to any other issue: relationships, health, career, or personal fulfillment. Take relationships, for instance. If someone believes deep down that they are unworthy of love, they will unconsciously act in ways that push love away. They might choose partners who mistreat them, or they might sabotage relationships that could have been healthy. Once again, the external problem, the lack of fulfilling relationships, is rooted in an internal belief. It's not the world that's keeping love from them. It's their own deep-seated perception of their worth. This is the first step toward understanding the root of your problems, recognizing that they are a reflection of what you believe and assume to be true about the world and about yourself. These beliefs are often formed early in life, sometimes so subtly that we don't even realize we've internalized them. Over time, they shape our reality without us even being fully conscious of it. But once you become aware of this process, you hold the key to transforming your life. The problems themselves are not the issue. They are symptoms of deeper beliefs. It's like looking at the surface of the water and seeing ripples. Those ripples aren't random. They are caused by something beneath the surface. If you try to smooth out the ripples without addressing the source, they will continue to appear. But if you dive deeper, if you look at what's causing those ripples in the first place, you can change the whole dynamic. This is why merely reacting to problems on a surface level, trying to fix them without understanding their deeper cause, leads to frustration. You might solve one issue, only to find another one cropping up shortly after. The reason is simple: the underlying belief remains unchanged, and so the problems, in one form or another, persist. The moment you recognize that the root of your problem lies within you, within your beliefs and assumptions, you gain a tremendous amount of power. You are no longer a passive victim of circumstances. Instead, you become the creator of your reality. When you change your internal state, your external world must respond. This is the law of life. Your thoughts and beliefs are not static, they are dynamic, constantly creating and recreating the reality you experience. This does not mean that you should blame yourself for your problems. Blame is unnecessary and unproductive. The point is to understand the mechanics of how your beliefs shape your life so you can begin to take conscious control of this process. Every problem carries within it the seed of its solution, and the solution lies in transforming the internal belief. that gave rise to the problem in the first place. Begin by examining your problems from this new perspective. Ask yourself, what belief do I hold that is creating this situation? What assumption am I making about myself or the world that allows this problem to exist? Once you identify the belief, you can start to change it. This is the true solution to all problems: a shift in belief, a reimagining of what is possible for you. When the root is addressed, the external problems must dissolve. The world is simply responding to the internal state you are projecting onto it. By understanding this simple truth, you unlock the power to change any situation in your life. The root of all problems is internal, and by changing your beliefs, you change the world around you. This is the first and most important step toward true transformation. Your mind is the architect of your reality, the force that shapes every experience, every circumstance, and every outcome in your life. This truth may seem abstract, but its impact is immediate and tangible. Everything you encounter, everything you perceive as your reality, is a direct manifestation of what you believe and think about most. The power of your mind is the key to understanding not only why you face the challenges you do, but also how you can transform them into something entirely different. Most people believe that reality is something external, fixed and independent of their thoughts. They assume that the world operates on its own, and their role is merely to react to whatever life throws their way. But this perspective limits your potential and keeps you in a cycle of reacting to circumstances rather than creating them. The truth is far more empowering. Your mind is not passive. It is an active, creative force that continuously shapes and molds the experiences you live. At every moment, your thoughts are influencing the world around you. What you consistently think about, what you deeply believe, and what you imagine with feeling becomes your reality. It is not a matter of coincidence or luck, it is a matter of law. This is why two people can live in the same environment, face similar external conditions, yet have vastly different experiences. One may live in abundance and fulfillment, while the other struggles with lack and dissatisfaction. The difference lies not in their external circumstances, but in their inner beliefs and thought patterns. Your mind operates on two levels: the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind is the part you are aware of, the thoughts you deliberately think. However, it is the subconscious mind that holds the most power. The subconscious mind acts like fertile soil, accepting whatever seeds, the beliefs and ideas you plant into it. Once these beliefs take root, they grow into the reality you experience. The subconscious mind does not question whether a belief is true or false, beneficial or harmful. It simply accepts what is repeatedly impressed upon it. This is where the real work begins. To change your external reality, you must first change the beliefs that reside in your subconscious mind. It's important to recognize that many of the beliefs that shape your current life were planted there unconsciously. From early childhood, through experiences, societal influences, and even your own habitual thoughts, these beliefs formed without you being fully aware of them. Yet they continue to create the reality you see today. If you hold limiting beliefs about your capabilities, your worth, or what is possible for you, your external world will reflect those limitations. You may find yourself stuck in patterns of struggle, lack, or disappointment, not realizing that the source of these patterns is your own mind. However, the same principle that created these challenges also offers the solution. Just as your thoughts and beliefs created your current reality, they can create a new one. By deliberately choosing new thoughts, by consciously focusing on what you desire rather than what you fear, you can begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. Over time, as these new beliefs take root, your reality will begin to change. It's important to understand that this process is not about forcing external change through sheer willpower. Instead, it's about aligning your internal state with the reality you wish to experience. Your mind is like a projector, and your thoughts are the film. Whatever you focus on, believe in, and imagine with feeling will be projected onto the screen of your life. If you continuously focus on problems, limitations, and fears, those are the images that will dominate your reality. But if you shift your focus to solutions, possibilities, and success, Your life will reflect those new images. The mind's power to create reality is particularly evident in the role of imagination. Many people mistakenly believe that imagination is merely a tool for fantasy or daydreaming, but it is far more than that. Imagination is the creative force of the mind. When you imagine something vividly, when you feel it as real, you are impressing that image onto your subconscious mind. Over time, this image will manifest in your external world. Consider for a moment the role of successful individuals in various fields. Whether in business, sports, or the arts, those who achieve greatness often speak of seeing their success long before it happened. They visualize their victory, their breakthrough, or their achievement with such clarity and intensity that in their mind it was already real. The outer success they eventually experienced was merely a reflection of the reality they had already created within their mind. The same process applies to every aspect of life. Whether you seek improved relationships, financial abundance, or personal fulfillment, the key lies in your mind. By focusing on what you desire and believing that it is possible for you, you begin to create the conditions for it to manifest. You are always creating, whether you realize it or not. The question is, are you creating consciously or unconsciously? Are you using your mind to bring about the reality you want? Or are you allowing old, limiting beliefs to shape your world? The beauty of this process is that you have the power to change it at any moment. Your mind is fluid, adaptable, and infinitely creative. The thoughts you choose today will shape your tomorrow. By understanding that your mind creates your reality, you unlock the potential to live a life of your own design. The power has always been within you, waiting to be consciously directed. The reality you experience tomorrow begins with the thoughts and beliefs you hold today. Imagination is the most powerful tool you possess, the key to unlocking transformation in every area of your life. It is through imagination that you can create the life you desire, not by waiting for external circumstances to change, but by first changing the inner world of your mind. Imagination is not a mere escape or fantasy, but a vital force that shapes reality itself. Everything you see in the world today, every invention, every breakthrough, every aspect of human progress began as a seed in the mind, nurtured by the power of imagination. To truly understand the transformative power of imagination, you must first recognize that it is more than just visualizing daydreams or abstract ideas. It is the act of creating a vivid, emotional, and detailed picture of the life you want to experience. When you imagine something as real with feeling and persist in that state, you begin to impress that image onto your subconscious mind. The subconscious, in turn, acts upon these impressions and begins to bring them into your external world. This is the bridge between the unseen and the seen, between thought and form. Consider that every change you seek in life begins with a thought, but not just any thought, one that is charged with emotion and belief. The mind does not merely think in words or concepts, it is driven by images, and those images fuel your actions, your habits, and ultimately your circumstances. When you imagine something repeatedly, and with enough conviction, you align yourself with that reality. Your behavior, decisions, and perceptions all shift to accommodate this new vision. It is as though the external world must bend to match the internal picture you have created. This process of transformation through imagination requires discipline, but not in the way you might think. It's not about forcing yourself to think positive thoughts all the time, or pretending that problems don't exist. Rather, it's about consistently returning to the vision you wish to create, regardless of what your current circumstances may be. You must learn to see beyond what is to what could be. You must train yourself to live more in the world of imagination than in the world of appearances, because the latter is merely the result of your past thinking. If you focus solely on your present reality, you are reinforcing what already exists, trapping yourself in a cycle of repetition. But when you shift your focus to the reality you desire to experience, you begin to open the door to new possibilities. The key to making imagination transformative is to feel the reality of what you are imagining. It is not enough to think about the things you want in a detached, passive way. You must embody the feelings that would arise if you were already living the life you envision. If you imagine wealth, feel abundant. If you imagine love, feel loved. If you imagine success, feel the satisfaction and fulfillment that would come with it. These feelings are crucial because they communicate to the subconscious mind that what you are imagining is not just a distant dream, but a current reality. And the subconscious mind, unable to distinguish between real and imagined, will begin to manifest that reality into your life. Imagination is also transformative because it breaks down the mental barriers that keep you stuck in old patterns. Often the greatest obstacle to change is not the external world, but the limitations you placed on your own thinking. You may have been conditioned to believe that certain things are out of reach, that you are not capable of achieving a certain goal, or that change is difficult. These are the mental walls that imagination helps to dissolve. When you imagine something beyond your current reality, you expand your perception of what is possible. You begin to challenge the assumptions that have held you back. Imagination, in this sense, is the act of giving yourself permission to dream, without limits, to entertain the idea that your life can be radically different from what it is today. Another reason imagination is so powerful is that it taps into the creative force that governs the universe. Everything in existence, from the tiniest atom to the largest star, is shaped by a creative intelligence, and you, as a conscious being, are a part of that creative process. When you imagine, you are not simply playing with thoughts, you are actively participating in the unfolding of creation. You are tapping into the same force that brings ideas into form, that turns dreams into reality. Imagination is the link between the spiritual and the physical, the mental and the material. It is the process by which you take the invisible and make it visible. It's important to understand that the power of imagination is not something reserved for special moments or specific people. It is a faculty you can use at any time, in any situation, to transform your life. Whether you are facing a challenge, seeking to manifest a new goal, or simply wanting to improve your daily experiences, imagination is always available to you as a tool for change. It doesn't matter what your current circumstances are, or how impossible a situation may seem. If you can imagine something different and feel it to be real, you have already begun the process of transformation. Imagination, then, is not just the key to personal change, but to a new understanding of life itself. When you embrace the power of imagination, you begin to see that reality is fluid, shaped by your thoughts and beliefs. You are not a passive observer of life, you are its creator. Through imagination, you can transcend the limitations of your current circumstances, reshape your experiences, and step into a life that reflects your deepest desires and highest aspirations. It all begins in the mind, in the realm of imagination, where every transformation is first conceived and then brought to life. Feelings are the most powerful force when it comes to shaping your reality. They are the bridge between thought and manifestation, the key to transforming abstract ideas into concrete experiences. While your thoughts provide direction and focus, it is your feelings that give life to those thoughts, turning them from mere possibilities into living realities. Without feelings, thoughts remain idle, powerless, and ineffective. It is through the emotional charge that you imbue into your thoughts that they gain the energy necessary to manifest in your life. Feelings are the language of the subconscious mind, and it is the subconscious that governs the majority of your experiences. While the conscious mind can think logically and intellectually about a desire, the subconscious responds only to the feeling that accompanies that thought. This is why you may sometimes find yourself thinking positively about a goal, yet seeing no real progress toward it. If the feeling behind the thought is one of doubt, fear, or lack, the subconscious mind will respond to that feeling, not the intellectual idea. In this sense, feelings are far more powerful than thoughts alone. They are the true indicators of what you are aligning with and what you are ultimately attracting into your life. Every feeling you experience is a form of energy, and that energy radiates out from you, attracting circumstances and experiences that match its frequency. When you feel abundant, for example, you are radiating the energy of abundance, and that energy draws more abundance into your life. On the other hand, when you feel fear or lack, you are sending out the energy of limitation, and you will continue to attract experiences that reflect that limitation. It is essential to understand that the feelings you hold within are constantly shaping your external world. The outer world is merely a reflection of the inner state of being. The challenge for most people is that they allow their feelings to be dictated by their current circumstances. They look at what is happening around them, react emotionally to it, and then those emotions further reinforce the reality they are experiencing. This creates a cycle where external conditions shape internal feelings, and those feelings, in turn, recreate the same conditions. If you want to break free from this cycle and create new experiences in your life, you must learn to generate the feelings of the reality you desire, even before it has manifested externally. This is the essence of conscious creation, feeling the fulfillment of your desires, as if they are already present in your life, even when your physical reality has yet to reflect them. One of the most effective ways to do this is through the power of imagination. By vividly imagining the life you want to create and feeling as though you are already living that life, you begin to shift your emotional state to match your desired reality. The more real and vivid your imagined experience becomes, the stronger the emotional charge you generate, and the faster you align with that reality. This is not about pretending or denying your current circumstances, rather, it is about choosing to focus on the feelings of what you want to experience, rather than on the feelings of what you don't want. It is also important to recognize that feelings are not merely fleeting emotions, but deep, sustained states of being. You might have moments of feeling joyful or successful, but for these feelings to truly create lasting change, they must become your dominant emotional state. This requires a commitment to nurturing and maintaining those feelings, even when external circumstances might tempt you to feel otherwise. It is about training yourself to live more in the feeling of your desired reality than in the feeling of your current one. When you do this consistently, you begin to shift your entire vibrational frequency, and your reality will start to change to match the new state of being you are holding within. Feelings also serve as a powerful guidance system. They act as a feedback mechanism, telling you whether you are in alignment with your desires or not. Positive, uplifting feelings indicate that you are on the right path, that your thoughts and beliefs are in harmony with what you want to create. On the other hand, negative, uncomfortable feelings are a signal that you are out of alignment, that your thoughts are focused on what you don't want, rather than on what you do. This is why paying attention to your feelings is so crucial. They are like a compass, constantly guiding you toward the experiences you desire, or away from them, depending on the emotional state you are in. The power of feelings goes beyond just manifesting material desires. They are the foundation of every relationship, every interaction, and every moment of your life. People are drawn to or repelled by the energy you radiate through your feelings. When you feel love, joy, and peace, you naturally attract people and experiences that resonate with those feelings. Conversely, when you feel anger, resentment, or fear, you will attract situations and individuals that reflect that energy. In this way, feelings not only shape your personal reality, but also influence the way the world responds to you. Another important aspect of feelings is that they are deeply connected to belief. The reason some people struggle to manifest their desires is that they hold conflicting beliefs that generate opposing feelings. For example, they may desire wealth, but deep down, they feel unworthy or doubtful about their ability to achieve it. These feelings of unworthiness or doubt act as blocks, preventing the manifestation of their desires. To overcome this, you must align your feelings with the belief that what you want is already yours, that you are worthy of receiving it, and that it is already on its way to you. This alignment of belief and feeling is the key to effortless manifestation. The most transformative aspect of feelings is that they allow you to experience the reality you want even before it arrives. You don't have to wait for external conditions to change in order to feel happy, fulfilled, or successful. You can choose to feel those things right now in this moment, and by doing so, you will begin to draw the corresponding experiences into your life. Feelings are the pathway to transformation because they create the energetic blueprint for the life you want to live. They are the force that brings your thoughts into form, the bridge between desire and reality. When you master the art of aligning your feelings with your desires, you unlock the ability to create any experience you choose. The power of assumption is a force so subtle yet so profound that it governs the entirety of your experiences, shaping your life in ways you may not even realize. Assumption is the act of believing, without any physical evidence, that something is true or real. It is not merely hoping for a particular outcome, but accepting it as fact, regardless of your current circumstances. This simple act of assuming something to be true sets into motion the mechanisms that bring it to life. Assumption is a creative force, a law that works tirelessly to transform your inner beliefs into outer reality. The moment you assume something, whether consciously or unconsciously, you activate a series of events that correspond to that belief. Your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors begin to align with the assumption you hold, and as a result, the world around you starts to reflect that assumption back to you. It is as if the external world is molded by the inner convictions you carry. For this reason, assumption can be either your greatest ally or your greatest obstacle, depending on what it is you are assuming. To harness the power of assumption, you must first understand that life does not operate according to what you want, or even what you think, but according to what you assume. You may think about success, wealth, or love all day long, but if you do not assume these things to be true for yourself, they will remain distant concepts rather than lived realities. Assumption works in both directions, whether positive or negative. If you assume that life is a struggle, that opportunities are scarce, or that you are unworthy of success, these assumptions will play out in your life with precision. On the other hand, if you assume that you are deserving of all the good things life has to offer, and that success comes easily to you, this too will manifest. The key to making assumption a tool for transformation lies in realizing that it is not dependent on external evidence. Assumption does not wait for proof, it creates the proof. In other words, you do not need to see the change in your circumstances before you begin to assume that the change has already occurred. You simply decide in your mind that what you desire is already a reality. The moment you adopt this mental stance, the outer world begins to shift to accommodate the new reality you are assuming. It may not happen instantly, but rest assured that once an assumption is firmly planted in your mind, it sets in motion the forces that will bring it into being. What makes assumption so powerful is that it operates on the level of belief. When you assume something, you are, in essence, telling your subconscious mind, "This is true." The subconscious mind, which is the creative engine behind all of your experiences, takes this as a command and works tirelessly to bring it to fruition. The subconscious does not question or doubt the assumptions you hold, it simply acts upon them, orchestrating the events, circumstances, and opportunities that align with the reality you have assumed. This is why it is so crucial to be mindful of what you are assuming, because whether you are aware of it or not, your assumptions are constantly shaping your life. The power of assumption is especially evident when you look at individuals who seem to achieve great success with ease. These are the people who, whether they know it or not, have mastered the art of assuming success as a natural part of their identity. They do not question whether they will succeed or wonder if they are capable of achieving their goals. They simply assume that success is inevitable for them, and as a result, their lives unfold in ways that support this assumption. You might even notice that such people often seem to have luck on their side, but in reality, it is not luck at all. It is the law of assumption at work, drawing to them the people, resources, and circumstances that align with their inner belief of success. Assumption works in a similar way when it comes to personal relationships, health, or any other area of life. If you assume that you are lovable and worthy of deep, meaningful connections, you will attract relationships that reflect this belief. If you assume that your body is healthy and strong, your physical health will begin to mirror this assumption. Conversely, if you assume that relationships are difficult or that you are prone to illness, these assumptions will manifest in your life as well. The power of assumption is neutral. It does not judge the content of your beliefs. It simply brings into reality whatever you have assumed to be true. One of the most challenging aspects of practicing the power of assumption is overcoming the temptation to rely on your senses for validation. It is easy to fall into the trap of believing only what you can see, hear, or touch. However, this approach is backwards. The senses reflect what already exists. They are not the creators of your reality. If you allow your assumptions to be dictated by what your senses tell you, you will continue to recreate the same experiences over and over again, trapped in a loop of repeating the past. To break free from this cycle, you must train yourself to assume what you want to be true, regardless of what your current reality may look like. You must learn to trust the process of assumption, knowing that your outer world will eventually catch up to your inner state of belief. The beauty of assumption is that it requires no effort beyond the mental act of deciding what you will believe. There is no need to struggle, strive, or force things to happen. Once you have made the decision to assume a particular reality, and you maintain that assumption with conviction, the forces of the universe begin to conspire in your favor. The people, events, and circumstances necessary to bring your assumption into being will naturally flow into your life. This is not to say that action is not required, but rather that the right actions will unfold effortlessly when you are aligned with your assumption. You will find yourself taking inspired steps toward your goal, not out of a sense of urgency or desperation, but out of a natural alignment with the reality you have assumed. The power of assumption lies in its simplicity. It is not a complicated process, nor does it require years of practice to master. It is a matter of recognizing that your inner beliefs shape your outer world, and then consciously choosing the assumptions that will create the life you desire. The moment you take control of your assumptions, you take control of your destiny. Conscious focus is the silent architect of your destiny. Where you place your attention, whether deliberately or unconsciously, becomes the foundation upon which your reality is built. Every thought you nurture, every image you hold in your mind, and every feeling you sustain begins to shape the trajectory of your life. It may not always be obvious, but your current circumstances are the direct result of where your focus has been. The power of focus is not just in its ability to guide your actions, but in how it molds your inner world, which in turn reflects outward to form your experiences. When you understand that conscious focus shapes destiny, you realize that you hold the keys to your future in your present state of mind. It is not external conditions, luck, or random occurrences that determine your life's course, but the steady direction of your thoughts and feelings. Whatever you give attention to grows, whether it's joy, abundance, or struggle and lack. The mind is like fertile soil. Whatever seed you plant through your focus will sprout, whether it be a flower or a weed. This is why it is so essential to become aware of what you are focusing on at any given moment. Most people go through life allowing their focus to be scattered and dictated by external events. They react to their environment, focusing on whatever demands their attention in the moment, whether it's problems, challenges, or distractions. This reactive focus causes them to live in a state of perpetual uncertainty and instability because their thoughts and feelings are being pulled in multiple directions at once. When your focus is divided in this way, your creative power is diluted, and you find yourself manifesting a life of mixed results. One day things seem to go well, and the next you are overwhelmed by difficulties, not realizing that the lack of consistent, conscious focus is at the root of this imbalance. Conscious focus, on the other hand, is a deliberate act of directing your attention to the things that align with the life you wish to create. It is the practice of disciplining your mind, training it to ignore distractions and stay centered on your desired outcomes. When you focus consciously, you are not simply thinking about what you want, you are embodying the reality of having it. This focused state of mind shapes your beliefs, influences your decisions, and attracts the circumstances that are in harmony with what you have chosen to focus on. The mind is constantly creating, and it does so through the power of focus. Whether you realize it or not, every moment of the day, your focus is creating your future. If you focus on lack, fear, or worry, you will inevitably draw more of those experiences into your life. The more you focus on a problem, the bigger it becomes because you are feeding it with your energy and attention. On the other hand, when you focus on solutions, possibilities, and abundance, those things begin to grow and take form in your reality. The universe does not distinguish between positive or negative focus. It simply responds to the energy you are emitting through your attention. This is why it is so important to become the master of your focus, consciously directing it toward the things you wish to manifest. One of the most powerful ways to harness conscious focus is through the art of visualization. When you visualize, You are not merely daydreaming or imagining, you are engaging in the creative act of focusing your mind on a specific outcome. Visualization allows you to plant the seed of your desire deep into the subconscious mind, where it can grow and manifest in your outer world. The clearer and more consistent your focus is during visualization, the faster your desired outcome will take shape. However, the key is to maintain that focus even after you leave the visualization. It is not enough to focus on what you want for a few minutes a day and then spend the rest of your time worrying or doubting. Consistency of focus is what drives results. Feelings also play a critical role in shaping your destiny through conscious focus. What you focus on must be accompanied by feelings that align with your desired outcome. If you focus on abundance but feel anxious or doubtful, you are sending mixed signals to your subconscious mind, and the result will be delayed or blocked. Your feelings act as the fuel that powers your focus. When you focus on something and feel the joy, gratitude, or excitement of already having it, you accelerate the process of manifestation. The combination of focused thought and aligned emotion is what gives conscious focus its creative power. Another important aspect of conscious focus is persistence. Many people give up on their desires because they do not see immediate results. They allow doubt, impatience, or external circumstances to pull their focus away from what they want. However, those who understand the power of focus know that persistence is key. Even when it seems like nothing is happening on the surface, conscious focus is working behind the scenes to bring about the desired outcome. The external world may not shift instantly, but as long as you maintain your focus with unwavering belief, the changes will come. This requires a deep level of trust in the process. You must trust that the universe is responding to your focus, even if you cannot yet see the evidence of it. It is during this period of seeming inaction that many lose faith, allowing their focus to drift back to doubt or worry. But those who hold their focus steady, despite appearances, are the ones who eventually shape their destiny according to their will. Conscious focus also involves letting go of the need to control how or when your desire will manifest. Once you have set your focus on what you want, your job is not to micromanage the process, but to remain aligned with the feeling of having already achieved it. The how and when are not your concern. They are the domain of the creative forces that operate beyond the conscious mind. Your focus is the blueprint, and the universe will find the most efficient way to bring it into reality, often in ways you could never have anticipated. In the end, conscious focus is the most powerful tool you have for shaping your destiny. It is the guiding force behind every achievement, every transformation, and every breakthrough you experience in life. The more you cultivate the ability to direct your focus toward what you truly desire, the more you will find that life responds to you in kind, delivering experiences, opportunities, and outcomes that align with your inner vision. Where your focus goes, energy flows, and that energy is what ultimately shapes the path of your destiny. Persistence in belief is the cornerstone of bringing any desire or vision to life. When you persist in your belief, you are holding steady to the idea that what you desire is not only possible but inevitable. The power of belief is not in the momentary flashes of conviction, but in the sustained, unshakable faith that you maintain regardless of what external circumstances may suggest. Life will always present challenges, distractions, and moments where things may not appear to be unfolding in your favor. In these moments, persistence in belief is what separates those who achieve their desires from those who give up and fall short of their goals. Belief is not just a passive state of mind, it is an active force that shapes your reality. To believe in something deeply is to continuously affirm its existence and possibility, even when your senses tell you otherwise. The world around you is constantly shifting, and external conditions may seem to contradict what you are trying to manifest. However, if you allow these conditions to dictate your belief, you lose your creative power. Persistence in belief means that you hold to your vision with unwavering faith, knowing that what you believe in will materialize if you maintain your focus. The path to any significant achievement is rarely smooth. There will be times when doubt creeps in, when it feels like nothing is changing, and when the evidence of your belief is not yet visible. This is the moment when many people lose faith and abandon their desires. They begin to question whether what they want is truly possible, or if they are wasting their time. Yet the truth is that persistence in belief is what activates the creative process. The longer you hold on to your belief, the more you align with the reality of what you desire. It is during these moments of doubt that persistence becomes crucial. To persist is to remain steadfast in your conviction that the outcome you seek is on its way, regardless of what you currently see. Every belief that you persist in begins to shape your inner world, and eventually your outer reality will conform to that inner state. If you continue to believe in your success, even in the face of setbacks, you are energetically aligning yourself with that success. Persistence in belief is not just about maintaining hope, it is about continuously affirming your desired reality with every thought, feeling, and action. This unwavering belief acts as a magnet, drawing the people, opportunities, and circumstances necessary to fulfill your vision. When you persist in your belief, you are essentially telling the universe that you are committed to your desire and that you trust the process. This trust is essential because manifestation often happens in ways that we cannot foresee or predict. If you become discouraged by delays or obstacles, you break the flow of this process. However, when you persist in your belief, you keep the door open for your desire to manifest in the perfect time and manner. The key is to remain focused on your belief, even when the road ahead seems uncertain or challenging. One of the greatest challenges to persistence in belief is the temptation to seek validation from the external world. Many people look for signs that their belief is working before they fully commit to it. They want proof that what they desire is possible, and when they do not see immediate results, they begin to doubt. This is where persistence becomes a test of faith. True belief does not waver in the absence of evidence. In fact, it is in the moments when there is no visible sign of progress that persistence is most powerful. It is easy to believe when everything is going your way, but the real test of belief comes when things appear stagnant, or even contrary to your desires. Persistence in belief requires patience. The process of manifestation is not always immediate, and it often involves periods of waiting and trust. During these times, it is important to stay aligned with your belief and not allow impatience or frustration to cloud your vision. Many people give up just before their desire is about to manifest because they lose faith in the process. They let go of their belief prematurely, and as a result, they never see the fruits of their persistence. Patience and persistence go hand in hand. The more patient you are, the easier it becomes to maintain your belief over the long term, knowing that what you seek is on its way. Another critical aspect of persistence in belief is resilience. Life will inevitably throw challenges your way, and there will be moments when it feels like your belief is being tested. These challenges are not indicators that you are on the wrong path, but rather opportunities to strengthen your belief. Every time you persist in the face of adversity, you reinforce your commitment to your desire. It is through these tests that your belief becomes unshakable. The more resilient you are, the more powerful your belief becomes, and the more certain it is that your desired outcome will manifest. Persistence in belief also involves letting go of the need for immediate results. Many people fall into the trap of thinking that if their belief is strong, their desire should manifest right away. However, the process of manifestation is not always linear or predictable. Sometimes the universe is arranging circumstances behind the scenes, and what seems like a delay is actually preparation for your desire to unfold in the best possible way. When you persist in your belief without needing immediate proof, you allow the process to unfold naturally, without resistance or interference. Persistence in belief is about cultivating a deep inner knowing that what you desire is already yours. This inner knowing is not based on external validation, but on a profound trust in the creative power of your mind. When you persist in this knowing, you are continuously affirming the reality of your desire, and over time that reality must come into being. It is the sustained belief that bridges the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. The more you persist, the closer you bring your desire to fruition. This is the power of belief in action, and it is through persistence that you shape your destiny. Living in the end is a transformative mindset that invites individuals to embody the feelings and states of being associated with their desired outcomes. Instead of viewing life through the lens of current circumstances, it encourages one to shift their perspective and immerse themselves in the reality they wish to experience. This concept is more than just a fleeting thought. It is a way of living that fundamentally alters how one interacts with the world and navigates the journey toward their goals. To live in the end means to adopt the mental and emotional state of having already achieved your desires. It involves feeling the emotions and experiencing the sensations that come with your success, fulfillment, or happiness as if they are happening right now. By doing this, you align your internal world with the external reality you seek to create. It's not simply about wishing for something to occur, it's about fully embodying the feelings and beliefs of that reality. When you feel as if you have already achieved your goals, you send out a powerful signal to the universe that aligns your actions, thoughts, and emotions with that outcome. The principle of living in the end rests on the understanding that our subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. When you vividly imagine your desired outcome and allow yourself to feel the corresponding emotions, your subconscious accepts this as reality. This acceptance then influences your behavior and interactions, guiding you toward actions that are in harmony with your vision. By living in the end, you effectively reprogram your subconscious to expect your desired outcome, creating a magnetic pull toward it. However, living in the end is not always easy. It requires practice, patience, and a commitment to consistently redirect your thoughts and feelings. In a world filled with distractions and negative influences, it can be tempting to revert to limiting beliefs or to focus on current challenges. This is where the discipline of imagination and notional cultivation comes into play. You must consciously choose to imagine the end result you desire and feel the associated emotions, even when the external evidence may suggest otherwise. One of the most powerful aspects of living in the end is its ability to counteract doubt and fear. When you immerse yourself in the feelings of having already achieved your goal, you create a protective barrier against negativity. Instead of allowing fear of failure or uncertainty to take hold, you build a foundation of confidence and assurance. This confidence becomes a guiding force that propels you forward, motivating you to take inspired action that aligns with your desired reality. When you act from a place of certainty, you naturally attract circumstances and opportunities that align with your end goal. Furthermore, living in the end cultivates a sense of gratitude. When you envision your desired outcome as already accomplished, you naturally begin to feel grateful for it. This gratitude acts as a powerful magnet, attracting more positive experiences and opportunities into your life. The emotional state of gratitude is one of the highest vibrations you can achieve, and it resonates with abundance and fulfillment. By practicing gratitude for what you desire as if it is already yours, you elevate your energy and attract more of what you seek. It's also important to note that living in the end doesn't mean you ignore your current circumstances. Instead, it involves recognizing them without allowing them to dictate your emotional state or your belief in what is possible. Acknowledging the present reality while simultaneously choosing to engage with your desired outcome empowers you to create change. It is a delicate balance of acceptance and vision, where you honor where you are while also setting your sights on where you want to be. This dynamic approach allows you to maintain clarity and focus on your goals without becoming overwhelmed by the present situation. The practice of living in the end can be enhanced through visualization techniques. By regularly setting aside time to visualize your desired outcome in vivid detail, you reinforce the feelings and beliefs associated with it. This could involve imagining yourself in a specific scenario where your desires are fulfilled, feeling the joy, excitement, and satisfaction that comes with that experience. Engaging your senses during visualization makes the experience more tangible, making it easier for your subconscious to accept it as reality. You can integrate affirmations into your daily routine to strengthen the practice of living in the end. Affirmations are powerful tools that reinforce the beliefs you wish to embody. By repeating affirmations that reflect your desired reality, you are continually reminding yourself of your vision and aligning your thoughts and emotions with it. This practice creates a cohesive narrative within your mind, one that consistently reinforces the end state you are striving for. Living in the end also fosters resilience. When you adopt the mindset that your desires are already fulfilled, you build a sense of inner strength that helps you navigate obstacles and setbacks with grace. Instead of viewing challenges as insurmountable, you see them as opportunities for growth and learning. This perspective shift allows you to maintain your focus on the end goal, fostering an unwavering belief that you will reach it, regardless of the temporary setbacks you may encounter along the way. Ultimately, living in the end is a profound and transformative practice that can radically shift your experience of life. By embodying the feelings and beliefs associated with your desired outcomes, you align your internal world with the external reality you seek to create. This alignment opens doors to opportunities, strengthens your resilience, and empowers you to navigate life with confidence and grace. It is a powerful reminder that the journey toward your goals begins within, and by living in the end, you pave the way for your dreams to unfold in perfect harmony with your desires. Releasing resistance is a vital practice for anyone seeking to manifest their desires and create a fulfilling life. Resistance manifests as negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, and emotional blockages that hinder the flow of energy toward achieving our goals. It is the inner conflict that arises when our desires clash with our current beliefs or circumstances. This internal struggle can lead to feelings of frustration, doubt, and even despair. To truly harness the power of manifestation, it is essential to recognize and actively work to release this resistance, allowing for a smoother, more harmonious alignment with our true intentions. Resistance often stems from a fear of the unknown, an attachment to how things currently are, or a belief that we are not deserving of what we desire. These mental and emotional barriers create a vibrational dissonance, preventing us from attracting the experiences we wish to have. The first step in releasing resistance is to become aware of these thoughts and feelings. Mindfulness plays a crucial role here. By observing our internal dialogue and emotional responses, we can identify patterns of resistance that may have gone unnoticed. This awareness allows us to recognize the stories we tell ourselves about our limitations, fears, and doubts. Once we become aware of our resistance, the next step is to challenge and reframe these limiting beliefs. Many of these beliefs are deeply rooted and may have been formed through past experiences, societal conditioning, or familial influences. It is important to question their validity and consider whether they truly reflect our potential. For instance, if you find yourself thinking, "I will never be able to achieve that goal," take a moment to reflect on the evidence that contradicts this belief. Have you accomplished challenging things in the past? Are there others who have achieved similar goals? Reframing these thoughts into positive affirmations, such as "I am capable of achieving my desires," can help shift your mindset and reduce resistance. Another powerful tool for releasing resistance is to practice self-compassion. Often resistance is fueled by a harsh inner critic that judges our every move and decision. This critical voice can create a sense of inadequacy, making it even harder to pursue our goals. By cultivating self-compassion, we learn to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, recognizing that we are all human and prone to making mistakes. Allowing ourselves to be imperfect and accepting our journey fosters a sense of safety that encourages us to move forward rather than retreat into resistance. Additionally, emotional release techniques can be effective in overcoming resistance. Engaging in activities that allow for emotional expression, such as journaling, art, or physical movement, can help to clear stagnant energy and release pent-up feelings. When we suppress our emotions, we create additional layers of resistance that block our path to manifestation. By consciously expressing our emotions, we create space for new, positive energy to flow in. This process often brings clarity and insight, enabling us to understand the root causes of our resistance and address them directly. Meditation and visualization techniques also serve as powerful allies in the practice of releasing resistance. By quieting the mind and connecting with our inner selves, we can cultivate a sense of peace and alignment with our desires. Visualization allows us to vividly imagine our desired outcomes while simultaneously engaging the emotions associated with them. This practice not only enhances our belief in the possibility of achieving our goals, but also reduces the grip of resistance. When we focus on the joy and fulfillment of our desires, we naturally raise our vibrational frequency, attracting circumstances that align with that energy. Moreover, it is essential to let go of the need for control. Resistance often arises from a desire to micromanage the process of manifestation, leading to stress and anxiety. Surrendering this need for control opens up the flow of energy, allowing for unexpected opportunities to present themselves. Trusting the process means believing that what you desire is on its way, even if it doesn't unfold in the way you initially envisioned. This mindset shift encourages a sense of flow and ease, freeing you from the constraints of resistance. Community and support play an important role in overcoming resistance as well. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who share similar goals can provide encouragement, motivation, and accountability. Engaging in conversations about your aspirations can help reinforce your commitment to your desires and diminish feelings of isolation or doubt. Supportive relationships create an environment where resistance can be acknowledged and addressed collectively, further facilitating personal growth and transformation. The practice of gratitude can significantly diminish resistance. When we focus on what we are thankful for in our lives, we shift our attention from what is lacking to what is abundant. This shift in perspective cultivates a positive mindset and diminishes feelings of scarcity or inadequacy. Expressing gratitude for our current circumstances, as well as for our future desires as if they have already been fulfilled, creates a powerful energetic shift that aligns us with our goals. It is essential to recognize that releasing resistance is an ongoing process. It requires consistent effort and practice, as new forms of resistance may arise as we grow and evolve. Embracing this journey with an open heart and a willingness to learn will allow you to navigate the complexities of manifestation with grace. By committing to the practice of releasing resistance, you empower yourself to live in alignment with your true desires and potential, creating a life that resonates with joy, fulfillment, and abundance. Each step taken to release resistance brings you closer to the life you envision, illuminating the path toward your dreams and aspirations. Through awareness, reframing, emotional expression, self-compassion, and a deep trust in the process, you can dismantle the barriers that hold you back and step boldly into your desired reality. Faith in the process is a cornerstone of effective manifestation and personal transformation. It involves trusting that the journey toward your goals will unfold in a way that aligns with your desires, even when the path is not immediately clear or when results are not yet visible. This kind of faith is not about blind optimism, rather, it is a deep-rooted belief in your ability to create change and in the natural flow of the universe that supports you in this endeavor. When you cultivate faith in the process, you empower yourself to navigate life's challenges with resilience, patience, and a positive mindset. At its core, faith in the process begins with a clear understanding of your desires and the goals you wish to achieve. It requires you to define what you want, not just on a superficial level, but at the level of feeling and emotion. When you are clear about your desires, you can direct your energy and focus toward them, aligning your actions and thoughts with what you wish to manifest. This clarity forms the foundation of your faith, providing you with a solid anchor as you move forward. It allows you to visualize your goals and immerse yourself in the emotions associated with achieving them, setting the stage for the unfolding of your desires. Once you have established clarity around your goals, the next step is to acknowledge that the process of manifestation may involve twists, turns, and unforeseen circumstances. This is where faith becomes essential. Life is inherently unpredictable, and the universe often works in mysterious ways. There may be times when the outcomes you desire seem distant, or when setbacks arise, leading to feelings of doubt or frustration. However, maintaining faith in the process means understanding that these experiences are not failures, but rather opportunities for growth and learning. They serve as valuable lessons that help refine your approach and deepen your understanding of your desires. Cultivating faith in the process also requires you to develop a positive mindset. This means actively challenging negative thoughts and beliefs that may undermine your confidence in the journey ahead. Negative self-talk can be insidious, creeping in at moments of vulnerability and casting shadows of doubt over your aspirations. To counter this, you must consciously choose to replace these thoughts with affirmations and positive declarations that reinforce your belief in your ability to succeed. For example, affirmations like "I trust in the timing of my life," or "every step I take brings me closer to my goals," can help shift your mindset toward one of empowerment and optimism. Furthermore, the practice of patience is crucial in fostering faith in the process. In a world that often promotes instant gratification, it can be challenging to wait for your desires to manifest fully. However, true transformation takes time. Just as a seed needs time to grow into a flourishing plant, your dreams and aspirations require nurturing and care. By exercising patience, you allow the universe to align the circumstances and opportunities that will support your goals. This patience is not passive waiting, rather. It is an active engagement with your desires, where you continue to take inspired action while trusting that the process is unfolding in its own time. Another essential aspect of faith in the process is embracing uncertainty. The unknown can be daunting, but it is also a space of potential and possibility. When you let go of the need to control every outcome, you open yourself up to new opportunities that may arise unexpectedly. This flexibility allows you to adapt to changing circumstances and respond to new information with a sense of curiosity rather than fear. Embracing uncertainty also means being willing to step outside of your comfort zone and take risks. Growth often occurs when we venture into the unknown, and by maintaining faith in the process, you equip yourself to navigate these challenges with confidence. Additionally, faith in the process is strengthened through the practice of gratitude. By focusing on what you already have and expressing gratitude for it, you shift your energy toward abundance rather than scarcity. This shift fosters a positive mindset that enhances your belief in the process. Gratitude serves as a powerful reminder of the progress you have made and the blessings that surround you, reinforcing your faith that what you desire is on its way. When you actively acknowledge the goodness in your life, you create a vibrational alignment that attracts even more positive experiences and outcomes. Moreover, sharing your journey with others can also bolster your faith in the process. Surrounding yourself with a supportive community of like-minded individuals who share similar goals can provide encouragement and motivation. Engaging in discussions about your aspirations and challenges can foster a sense of connection and belonging, reminding you that you are not alone in your journey. When you hear stories of others who have overcome obstacles and achieved their desires, it serves as a powerful testament to the efficacy of faith in the process. These shared experiences can inspire you to maintain your belief in your own journey, reinforcing the idea that success is possible for everyone. As you navigate the complexities of life, it is essential to recognize that faith in the process is not a one-time commitment, but an ongoing practice. It requires consistent effort and a willingness to recommit to your beliefs, especially in moments of doubt or difficulty. The journey may not always be linear, and there will be times when you need to return to your core beliefs and reaffirm your trust in the process. This practice of recommitting is what strengthens your faith over time, allowing it to become a guiding force in your life. Faith in the process is a dynamic interplay between clarity, positive mindset, patience, and gratitude. It is about trusting that every experience, whether perceived as positive or negative, serves a purpose in your journey. This faith empowers you to embrace the unfolding of your desires with an open heart and a curious mind. As you cultivate this faith, you create an environment in which your dreams can flourish, knowing that the universe is supporting you every step of the way. Through unwavering belief in the process, you become a powerful co-creator of your reality, equipped to manifest the life you truly desire. In conclusion, embracing the teachings presented throughout this speech illuminates the path to transforming your life and manifesting your deepest desires. Understanding the root of your problems empowers you to address the underlying beliefs and emotions that shape your experiences. By recognizing that your mind creates your reality, you can shift your focus to what you wish to attract, knowing that your imagination is the key to this transformation. As feelings serve as the pathway to manifestation, cultivating the right emotional state enables you to resonate with your desires. The power of assumption teaches you to embody the belief that what you seek is already yours, allowing you to step into your desired reality with confidence. Conscious focus shapes your destiny, guiding your energy toward your aspirations, while persistence in belief reinforces your commitment to your goals. Living in the end encourages you to visualize and experience your desires as if they have already manifested, aligning your vibration with the outcomes you seek. Finally, releasing resistance and maintaining faith in the process create a harmonious flow that supports your journey. By letting go of limiting beliefs and trusting in the unfolding of your life, you open yourself up to new possibilities and opportunities. As you cultivate these principles in your daily life, you become an active participant in the creation of your reality, embodying the change you wish to see. Embrace these teachings with an open heart and a willing spirit. Trust in your ability to manifest the life you desire, for the solution to all your problems lies within you. With each step forward, remember that you possess the power to create, transform, and achieve greatness. Your journey starts now. Believe in yourself, and watch as your dreams unfold into reality.